Welcome back. October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. It is a time to acknowledge survivors and be a voice for victims. And today we are joined by Boise Police Detective Sherri Cameron. She is involved in investigating many of the domestic violence reports that come into the police department. Hi, Detective, and thank you so much for joining us today.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Well, let's kick things off. Let's talk about reporting cases. How or when can people report domestic violence cases?
That's a great question. And I want to encourage anyone that's in a relationship that you feel like that you're being emotionally, financially, physically, and/or sexually abused, please do report. Go into your local law enforcement agency. You can start with a phone call. You can go into the police station. You can have law enforcement respond to you wherever you feel comfortable. But I encourage people, please report it.
Yeah, well, what about resources? I know some people might not think that we have some here in our area, but what are some of those resources?
We actually have quite a few resources. I'm so glad you asked. We have both Faces of Hope and the Women and Children's Alliance, which is the WCA. Both of those locations can provide services, support, counseling, different programs for victims. And oftentimes that's where victims may even start. They aren't sure what to do. I would encourage them. That's a great place to go. Find out not only the services and support, but those locations, when a victim is ready, will help to get them to law enforcement to report it for the criminal side so that we can actually help that victim and the entire family unit that's involved with that domestic violence.
Well, what about someone who has reported their abuse and or maybe considering getting some help there? Any suggestions you have there?
If they have reported it already, definitely I would encourage friends and family to help be supportive of a victim. Victims oftentimes will become isolated from friends and family, and so they almost feel like that their lifeline and their help is removed. So not only will the different shelters, the WCA faces help them, friends and family, please be supportive through that whole process because it is a terrifying time for victims. They fear the worst. They fear that where am I going to live? How am I going to take care of the kids? I don't have any money. I'm not working. I don't have a GED. So getting that help from our community resources is vital for most of these victims, but so is having friends, family, coworkers, neighbors supporting that victim throughout that whole process.
Now, this month is really about spreading awareness, and for those who might want to be a part of this initiative, what can they do?
There's a lot of different things that can be done. As I've mentioned, some of our community resources here in the Treasure Valley, including the Nampa Family Justice Center, most of those places, donations, whether it's financial or clothing, including diapers, formula, all of those things can help because, again, we're looking at repairing and helping the whole family unit. So it's not just the victim, it's also the children that benefit at these different locations, reaching out, seeing what they need, and then donating that. In some cases, I've seen where people will reach out and they need volunteers. There may be an event or fundraising. So there's a lot of different ways for our community to get involved and to help give back.
Yeah, really, such an important initiative, such an important month, and thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.